BYD. You've never heard of them, and that's fine. They're new. They are producing Australia's cheapest electric car. And I think you're going to see a lot more of them on the road for a couple of reasons. One, value. Oh my God, you're getting so much for the price. But two, supply. They've got it. They're pumping these things out and they're ready to sell them. And that is going to make this a very exciting year for electric cars. I can clearly remember driving the first Tesla in Australia in late 2017, I'm going to say it was. It was a signature red colour. And I remember writing in my review at EFTM.com at the time that you needed to rethink everything you knew about motoring. And it still stands true of a Tesla. This BYD Atto 3, while similar in some ways, look, a big touchscreen, although this one turns, it's actually much more like a normal car. And I think that's its appeal. Now, straight out of the box, the Atto 3 here in right-hand drive, ready for Australia, built on an Australian dedicated production line at the BYD factory, is the cheapest electric car you can buy in Australia. 44.3, 44.9, depending on where you look. But at EV Direct, it's actually 44.3, even though they say it's 44.9. 44.3 is an unbelievable price for an electric car. And this is a reasonably sized electric car. This is not a small car. They've got one of those coming later in the year. This one would easily fit 4 adults. And yeah, you could fit 3 people in the back if you really needed to, but it'd be cozy back there, let's just say, unless you've got small passengers in the back. But it's actually, and look, I've been driving the Tesla Model Y this week as well. The feel, the ride, the steering, the handling actually feels so much more normal to me. There's something artificial about what I was getting with the Tesla. Now, it doesn't have Netflix and Disney on this screen, or games and karaoke. The screen is an infotainment screen, as you would expect it to be. Radio, Bluetooth, digital radio, all those kinds of things. And it will, I'm told, later in the year through an over-the-air update, support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But at the moment, that's a big negative for me. I really think those are an important feature of any new car, let alone a new electric car. But, you know, design-wise, this thing's different, right? Look at these kind of weird lines and shapes, and this door handle, it's all strange-ish, but familiar-ish as well. So to get out of the car, you know where this is. It's a door handle, as opposed to being a button on a Tesla or something like that. The usability, the drivability, it's all pretty standard. Everything I expect to be on this car is where I want it to be. Cruise control, track and volume selection, it's all here. Indicators and wipers, the things are where they're meant to be. This little screen here shows me way more information than I need, to be honest. It's probably a bit cluttered in my mind. That I think they're trying to fit too much on one screen and condensed as well. But it's got everything from speed sign recognition through to your cruise control and lane keep assist. And again, I'm not trying to compare it to a Tesla, but driving on the motorway, I found this to be a much more comfortable drive with lane keep assist guiding me through the corners than the rigorous feeling of control that the Tesla has when it's in autopilot mode. You're not meant to be touching. You're not meant to be doing anything more than touching the steering wheel. You're not meant to have any input, otherwise it disengages. But forget the Tesla comparison. Let's compare this to the MG. I don't know why I'd buy the MG. This is a better fit and finish. It's a better infotainment screen. It's got great range at over 450 Ks, and it's $44,000. The design is unique. Someone referred to these as looking like CD stackers or something to me, but it's actually all very familiar as well. On the road, this thing handles and drives just like any other car you'd expect it to. Pop the charging hood and plug it in and it'll charge. Now, it doesn't charge as fast as other EVs on the road today. It's going to do the full charge in 45 minutes at a super fast or ultra fast charger, because it doesn't do the highest speed charging. But this thing's going to get charged at your house every night when you get home. That's how it's going to be charged. That's what the BYD Atto is all about. I'm not hearing any creaks or rattles in the cabin. I'm seeing really nice fit and finish all the way through, and I'm still very bullish about the potential for BYD in Australia. Now let me address the elephant in the room, because you're all thinking it. BYD, Chinese. Can't be very good, can it? Every Tesla Model 3 and Model Y sold in Australia is made in China. And BYD have been making cars for a very long time. So actually the fit, the finish, the quality, the production's pretty bloody awesome. And the last thing I'd say about it is, do you know anyone with an MG? Ask them whether they think that's an English car, because it's not. 100% Chinese company. They just bought the MG brand. Smart move, don't get me wrong. Imagine this with a Holden badge on it. People would believe it. But it's a Chinese company. They're making these cars in China. No shying away from that, but they've got a dedicated Australian production line where these things are coming off in big numbers, and that's what makes it so exciting. The fact is, this is like taking Hyundai from 30 years ago. You know, they've grown to become one of the biggest brands in Australia. BYD theoretically don't need to take that long. They could do it much faster because they have something no one else have: supply. They're making these things at a rate of 1,500 odd a month for Australia. And so just in this year, they could easily sell 5,000 to 8,000 of them and make them easily the second best selling electric car in Australia behind the Model 3. And when their full dreams to come to fruition with several other models that are going to come in the next 12 months, you know, they could be a top 10 player in the market. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just consider the people that have bought this car. If you bought this car, I think you're going to be happy. I think you are. I think there's definitely going to be improvements to the infotainment over time. It's basically an Android tablet. That's what I'm getting the feeling. It's like an Android tablet just there. But other than that, I don't know what you'd be complaining about. It's a lovely drive, great on the road, and I think there's going to be some very happy BYD owners taking delivery over the next few months. Just simple. The gear selector is quite normal. Reversing camera is out of this world fantastic. At $44,000, we're getting, let's just look at, I'll show you here again. Where's the camera? This one. At $44,000, you're getting 3D views of the car. You can see under the car. Look at that there. I've poorly parked, but I've done that intentionally so that you can see the line under the car. I mean, it's not a BMW in terms of its overall quality of the 3D modeling here, but holy jarus, this is $44,000. Bang for your buck. This is outrageous. It's unbelievable. And I don't think anyone that put their money down and will soon be getting delivery notifications, I don't think you're going to be unhappy at all. The interesting thing about this is I don't think the design is that stark. It's not a glaring design that's going to blow your mind like an EV6 Kia or even a Tesla. They've gone for a more traditional look. This just looks like any other car, and that's what will sell it. It looks like a good normal car inside, it drives like a normal car. It just happens to be fully electric, and it happens to be the cheapest in Australia. I'm not saying it's the best electric car, but bang for your buck, it's where I'd be putting my money. I just think that the money you're being asked to spend on electric cars today at the top end is almost insane compared to what you're actually physically getting. This, well equipped, well featured, all the mod cons, I think they'll do very well. Let me know what you think in the comments, like, subscribe, and we'll be back for more right here at EFTM.